Welcome back. Okay, we're in Denerim. So one of the things I'm going to do is...
All men are the work of our Maker's hands, from the lowest slaves to the highest kings. Those who bring ham without provocation to the least of his children are
Ham?
and accursed by the Maker.
Oh dear
Those who
God.
bring ham. And the Maker does not bread sinners.
The one who repents, who has faith unshaken by the darkness of the world, and roasts not, nor gloats over the misfortunes of the weak, but takes delight in the Maker's law and creations.
Boasts. It's boasts, sister, not roasts.
She shall know the peace of the Maker's benediction. The light shall lead her safely through the paths of this world and into the next.
She must be
Peace,
hungry.
sister, peace. She shall know the peace of the Maker's benediction.
The veal holds no uncertainty for her,
Feed
and
this
she will
woman.
know no fear of death, for the Maker shall be her bacon and her shield, her foundation and her...
There's no veal in the chant. You're doing this on purpose, aren't you?
Wow, she needs food.
I'm sorry, dear. It's nearly mealtime, but I have a few minutes I can spare. What can I do for you? Praying for the good people of Denerim who've lost loved ones at Ostergard. It's usual to recite a stanza from Transfigurations when you pray for the departed.
It's usual to recite the stanza correctly.
But that's what I said. Tell you about the chant? What? As if it's a cake you might buy? Well, it's done enough, but a little too much nutmeg for my taste.
Sister, instructing the ignorant is a sacred duty of the chantry.
Oh, now I'm
Fine, then.
ignorant.
What you want to know?
Oh God.
It's the 10th stanza from the Transfigurations. Lovely canticle, that one. Oh, you should have heard Brother Caedmon sing it, though. Yes and no, dear.
The official version of the chant does not speak of the elves. Some of the dissonant verses, however, do mention the disciple Shartan. The chant has changed over time. Some of the verses that were sung in the past were taken out. The canticles of Shartan were stricken from the chant in the Glory Age. They are no longer sung, though scholars still sometimes read them.
Why?
He was an elven disciple of the prophet. A former slave like Andraste herself, he rallied his people against the Imperium. He was given to the flames alongside Our Lady.
Okay.
Divine Renata had the verses removed during the exalted march on the Dales.
And you can't put them back in?
Of course. The official chant of light is written in Tevinter, but it is translated into the languages of the believers. Some ideas are lost in the process of translation, and words take on unintended meanings. There's a dreadful pun in the Orlesian version in the Canticle of Threnodies, and languages are always changing. The chant must adapt if it is to be understood by the people hearing it.
Funny, the Bible doesn't adapt.
Oh, there are some very stirring canticles about doom and wrath.
Darkspawn were created by mankind's second sin, pride. Arrogance became a great caged beast in the lands of Tevinter, an emptiness that consumed all and could never be filled. To satisfy its hunger, the Mage Lords assaulted the Golden City, heart of all creation, to take the Maker's power for themselves.
Why does no one ever sing the good stanzas during chantry services anymore? They speak them. It's called the chant of light, not the speech of light.
Sister, would you kindly stop messing up the chant?
See how you like being interrupted.
Well, you get the general idea, I'm sure.
It is almost mealtime, isn't it?
Blessings of the Maker and of Andraste, his bride, upon you.
Alrighty then. Yeah, I'm not even sure what to make of that one.
Blessed are the peacekeepers, champions of the just.
All men are the work of...
Okay, so yeah, one of the things I want to do off camera, and now that I'm here, is respec Zeveron so that he can open some chests. Stop driving me crazy. And get some better gear for her. I want to, for Sin, I want to visit that merchant and see if I can get some gear for her. Then I'll go over and do the Circle of Light. No, then we're going to go do the castle. Then we'll do the Circle of Light. That is, if I remember correctly, spoiler alert here, I will need the Circle of Light's help to resolve the castle problems.
Our maker's hand, from the lowest slaves to the highest kings.
I don't want to heal the circle, or fix the circle,
in the name of
then have to go
Andraste,
back.
bride of the Maker, be welcome in this house. While the cathedral is closed, if you need to make wedding or funeral arrangements, you'll have to talk to Sister Olma.
Did someone die? I remember a funeral.
King Kalen died, remember? Along with most of the army at Ostagar? Maker guide them all.
Now what's wrong with him?
That which you fear, living in the shadow of death alone, I have seen it is only a cloud passing before the sun.
The death toll at Ostagar was staggering. We've had a funeral every day for a lost son or daughter of Denerim, and we've many more yet to hold.
Yeah, what's wrong with your friend?
Are they singing the chant now? It's a funeral, isn't it?
He should have retired to Val Royeaux years ago, but he wanted to stay and serve the remainder of his days in his homeland. It's the lyrium that does this.
So you're going to end up like that one day?
He wouldn't be a Templar anymore.
Blessed are they who stand before the corrupt and the wicked, and do not falter.
He doesn't forget who he is, even if he can't remember anything else.
Which is more difficult than it sounds.
Welcome back. My
A
apologies.
hawker on the street will claim to have an actual finger bone of Andraste. In this city alone, you could make the skeleton of 10 prophets from fingers alone. Curators often accept them as genuine. I worry about the authenticity of even our most holy artifacts.
The kitten stepped on the keyboard and undid the recording.
When I was a curator of a much smaller chantry in Orlais, I thought that false relic slipped through because of laziness. But the life of the cloth is never an easy one, and that explanation always seemed hollow to me. Now I believe it's the seduction of the divine. We all want a personal connection to the Maker. We want to believe that what we hold in our hands is the actual sandal that slipped from Andraste's foot before the fires consumed her. Faith is of the heart, not of the head. When the heart is ungoverned by reason, charlatans have powerful tools to deceive.
Oh, she's got a point there. So I just walked over here.
And often close to heretical. But I believe that the truth only increases the awe of the Maker and his prophet, not demean it. Even false symbols have the power to inspire, but it seems every year we fall more out of touch with the real Andraste.
I just walked over here, I'm not far, and started this convo. Then I realized it wasn't recording. So my apologies.
Certainly. My research indicates that all of the ashes were gathered into a pot or urn, but it's been lost for centuries. That doesn't stop hawkers from selling pinches of the ashes of Andraste to gullible pilgrims. The real ashes may still be hidden somewhere, though it's possible the urn broke.
She's talking about the ashes.
Well, there's one that might be real. I couldn't prove it wasn't. Perhaps you can understand my skepticism. So many claims, so few truths. You've shown admirable patience listening to my diatribe before. I will not bore you again. Suffice it to say, I look for and authenticate holy relics for the chantry. Of course, enjoy your visit to the chantry.
Alrighty then. So yeah, as you can see, I'm not that far from where I was.
But one world, one life, one death. There is but one God, and he is our maker. They are sinners who have given...
I have never seen such a collection of merchants and people before. 'Tis always so?
Sometimes she sounds like a little kid when she talks. So, okay, the MMO that I am dabbling with now is EVE Online, which is, and you're not going to be able to, oh, there you go. Yeah, is EVE Online, and it's a space MMO, but it is very different from any MMO that, your normal MMO. The reason why is because it goes about everything differently. To level in EVE Online...
I recognize you. From Ostagar. And trust his blood. You're a Grey Warden. Duncan's apprentice. You killed my friend. And good King Kalen. I demand satisfaction, sir.
Sir? Isn't that... You want to die? I'll kill you.
An uncommon traitor deserves no common death. We will meet on the field of honor, and my blade shall see justice done. Meet me in the back alley behind the Nod Noble Tavern. There we will duel.
Yeah, if that's what you want to do.
So you would compound slander on top of treason? You dare smear Terran Loghain's word?
Oh, man.
Do not try to worm your way out of it, traitor. In the back alley, we will duel.
I wasn't trying to worm my way out. I was trying to save your life. But if you want to die, okay. Excuse me. When you, level in...
Should I even... owner of such a store might consider a wonder.
When you level in your regular MMO, you have to do the quest to grind or do dungeons to grind. You've got to grind.
Are you ready? I am no savage. I would not take advantage of you.
I won't do that either. Let's go.
May the Divine look after you, sir. You've held yourself with honor. Begin.
In EVE, when you level, it is time-based. You have skills that take X amount of time to train. You place them in a queue, and I'm going to have to kite him because I can't let him touch me. You put them in a queue, and when the queue is done, when the skill is done, you've earned the skill. So you have some that are as low as 5 minutes, and some I've seen 10 hours. I'm not that far into the game, but I know that the further you go up, the longer the skills take, which makes sense. So, yeah, I'm leveling in EVE Online while I'm playing Dragon Age 2, or Dragon Age Origins right now, because it's working as a background process. I like that. You can mine ores as a background process.
Sir Landry couldn't have asked for a nobler death.
You can manufacture as a background process. So when you do quests and whatnot, you're doing it to get items or to earn money, in-game money, which is ISK. That's what they call it, ISK. Which makes more sense to me, because you don't get to level 50, or you don't get to level... those kind of levels do not exist. So you can spend your time more efficiently getting the skills that you need, and you can do everything if you've got the time to train it all, and it's going to take time for you to do that. But you can take the time to focus in on getting a better ship, doing PvP, if you want to do business or mining or exploration, because the universe is vast. There are many options, and you don't have to worry about having to do that grind in order to do those things. So that's appealing to me, and they have a expansion coming out on the 21st of this month that allows you to be able to walk around in your cabin, because right now you're in your ship all the time. So you can walk around in your cabin, and then further on towards like the end of the summer or towards the end of the year, they're going to allow you to walk around stations and interact with others. Man, this is taking a long time. I said I was going to cut these out, but I didn't think it would take that long. Okay,
This should be easy enough.
I'm looking forward to that too, which will put it more in line with your average MMO, being able to walk about. Oh God, another loading screen. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that.
Welcome to the wonders of Thedas. We carry items crafted by the Circle, as well as a variety of antiquities. Is there anything you would like to see?
Gear. And with that, I will be back.